Melee means a lot of things to me. Melee was a very important, or still is a very important part of my life. I remember I was 13. It was my first tournament, and I was playing Smash 4 at the time, and I lost, and I was really discouraged. And I wandered around the venue for a while, and I saw people playing Melee. And I remember playing Melee once or twice when I was a little kid, but I was mostly a Brawl person. But I just went, I sat and I watched doubles, and I was just looking at their hands the entire time, and I was like, I want to be, I want to be like that. And so I got home that night, I popped open my Melee copy, turned on my Wii, and just started practicing. And then probably a year later, I went to my first tournament for Melee, and I uh, I played Captain Smuckers and got absolutely fucking reamed. Um, and then, it was after that I got some advice to go to locals, and I started going to locals more, and that's when it really kicked off for me because I really had found a group of people in Melee because what ended up happening was I no matter what would really happen at school or whatever, I would always have that group to go to, and they were always there for me. They took me in as one of their own. They were always very supportive. They would always give me advice about the game, advice about life, and I've never really had a bad experience with any of them. They're probably one of the most positive influences in my life, and Melee has Melee's changed me so much. My first Melee tournament, the one that I was talking about earlier, um, I I could barely even ask somebody to play friendlies. I just wandered around looking for an empty seat because I could barely talk to people. And now I have so I have so many friends because of Melee. I'm just a better, more well-adjusted person because I played Melee. And it's silly to say because it's in the end of the day it's just a children's party game, but it's definitely changed my life. Um, and I don't think anything else could have done that. I was never really an athletic person, and I never really had that sense of community that I was looking for, and Melee just gave it to me. And it's definitely a lot harder with the pandemic. I've been playing a lot more Slippy. I actually bought a box. Actually, so last summer, or I guess the summer of 2019, I got my first job to help pay for this, and it came in this year. Can't really see it, but it's a box, and I was really excited to share it with, really excited to show everybody. But we can't really do that anymore because everything's on Slippy, and to kind of regain that sort of environment, I've been playing at the Boston University tournaments, and I love Melee so much. It's changed my life in so many different ways, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. And all of that is possible because of Melee. And that is what Melee means to me, or at least just a small part of it. It plays such a huge role in my life, and it has for many years. It's kind of just ingrained into me. It's given me all of these opportunities, all these friends. It is it's done so much for me that I I can't even begin to talk about how important it is to me. And I just I love it, man, and I want people to be able to experience this years on. Like it means so much to me that you know, love to love to have people all around the world be able to play Melee and have everybody really just be able to experience this wonderful game that's changed my life, and I know it's changed so many lives. And it's all it's all thanks to this community that we fostered, and it's beautiful. There's no other word to describe it. It's beautiful. And that is what Melee means to me.